Canto 15, late afternoon, the angel, erasure of a P, a beatitude, climb, the pilgrim's question about sharing, Virgil's explanation, heavenly versus earthly goods, third terrace of anger, examples of forbearance, the cloud of smoke. As much as there appears between the end of the third hour and the beginning of the day, of the circle that always plays like a little child, so much the sun seems still to have before it of its course toward evening. It was vespers there, and midnight here, and the sun's rays were striking us from straight ahead, since we had circled so much of the mountain that already we were walking directly west, when I felt my brow weighed down by the brightness much more than at first, and the things unknown amazed me. So I raised my hands above the ridge of my brows and made myself a sunshade that pares away at the excessive light. As wind from water or a mirror, the ray jumps toward the opposite direction, rising in the same manner as its descent, departing from the fall of a stone by an equal angle, as experience and science show. So it seemed that I was being struck by light refracted there ahead of me, so that my sight was quick to flee it. What is that, sweet Father, from which I cannot shield my sight sufficiently? I said, and it seems to be moving toward us. Do not marvel if the family of heaven still dazzle you, he replied. It is a messenger who comes to invite us to ascend. Soon seeing these things will not be heavy for you, but will give you pleasure as great as nature has disposed you to feel. When we reached the blessed angel, with joyful voice he said, enter here on a stairway much less steep than the others. We were climbing, already having left him, when Beati Misericordes was sung behind us, and rejoice, you who overcome. My master and I were going upward, alone, and I thought to gain profit from his words while climbing. And I turned to him, asking, what did the spirit from Romagna mean, mentioning both forbidden and sharing? Wherefore he to me, he knows the harm done by his greatest fault, and therefore do not wonder if he reproaches us so, that it may cause less weeping. Because your desires point to where sharing lessens each one's portion. Envy moves the bellows to sighing. But if the love of the highest sphere bent your desire upward, you would not have that fear in your breasts. For the more say our up there, the more good each one possesses, and the more charity burns in that cloister. I am hungrier to be contented, I said, than if you had been silent earlier, and I am gathering more doubt in my mind. How can it be that one good, distributed among many possessors, can make them richer than if only few possess it? And he to me, because you are still thrusting your mind back into earthly things, you are plucking darkness from the true light. That infinite and ineffable good which is up there runs to love just as a ray comes to a shining body. It gives itself according to the measure of the love it finds, so that however great is the charity that reaches out, by so much the eternal worth grows upon it. And the more people bend toward each other up there, the more there is to love well, and the more love there is, and like a mirror, each reflects it to the other. And if my explanation does not satisfy your hunger, you will see Beatrice, and she will fully remove this and every other yearning. Exert yourself that the 5 wounds, like the first 2, may be quickly erased. They heal by hurting. As I was about to say, you satisfy me, I saw that I had arrived on the next ledge, so that my curious eyes made me silent. There I seemed to be drawn suddenly into an ecstatic vision, and to see many persons in a temple, and a woman on the threshold, with the sweet bearing of a mother, saying, my son, why have you acted toward us in this way? Behold, your father and I, grieving, have been searching for you. And as she fell silent here, what first appeared disappeared. Then there appeared to me another woman, with those tears running down her cheeks that grief distills when borne in someone from great outrage. And she was saying, If you are lord of the city whose naming caused such strife among the gods, and whence every knowledge sparkles forth, take vengeance on those bold arms that embraced our daughter, O Pisistratus. And the Lord seemed to me to be kind and mild in replying to her with a temperate look. What shall we do to those who wish us ill, if one who loves us is condemned by us? Then I saw people on fire with wrath, killing a young man with stones, loudly crying to each other still, "Kill, kill." And him I saw falling to the ground with death already weighing him down, but his eyes he was still making into gates to heaven, praying the highest Lord amid such strife to forgive his persecutors with the expression that unlocks pity. When my soul returned outside to the true things that are external to it, I recognized my not false errors. My leader, who could see me behaving like one loosed from sleep, said, "What is the matter, that you cannot hold yourself, but have walked more than half a league, with your eyes veiled and your legs stumbling, like one whom wine or sleep bends over?" "Oh, my sweet father, if you listen, I will tell you," I said, "what appeared to me when my legs were taken from me so." And he, "If you had 100 masks over your face, your thoughts would not be closed to me, however slight. What you have seen was so that you will not refuse to open your heart to the waters of peace flowing from the eternal fountain." I did not ask, "What is the matter?" like one who looks only with an eye that does not see when someone's body lies unconscious. But I asked in order to give strength to your feet. So one must prod the lazy, slow to use their wakefulness when it returns. We were walking toward the sunset, attentive ahead as far as our eyes could reach through the bright setting rays. And behold, little by little, a cloud of smoke coming toward us, dark as night, nor was there any place to turn aside from it. This took away our eyes and the pure air.